So in the 1AC, contention 1, subpoint B, she argues that military action regime will change is the only way to stop the regime. However, there is actually no proof that this is necessarily true, because there is no way to predict that if there is a military attack, there will be, it's the only way to stop it. If anything, military action will only fuel the current, well, it's creating more conflict than it is stopping it. Contention 1 subpoint C, situation is causing tensions with other countries. I find how it's not relevant to the United States. I mean, it's called the UN for a reason. It's supposed to be international effort. I don't see how the United States has to be the one patrolling what other countries conflicts has to do with this. Subpoint C, subpoint D, tension is destabilizing the region. Like I said before, other countries' tensions are somewhat irrelevant to what this particular, what to the United States in general. Contention 2, subpoint A, okay. In this contention, she mentions how Assad gassed his own people. There's not necessarily concrete proof that it was necessarily ordered by Assad. It is, one second. There's no concrete evidence that the Syrian government launched chemical weapons. According to Doyle McCannis, Washington columnist for the LA Times, September 9th, 2013. This isn't like Iraq, where the weapons didn't exist. The notion that the rebels used chemical weapons against their own side is far-fetched, but the administration needs to present more evidence publicly that this attack came from the government side. So if the United States would want to interfere with what is going on in their country, I think it takes more than assuming that it was Assad's government who did so, as well as UN approval, which is something we have not been able to, well, we did not obtain. I now stand open for cross-examination.
It said me. Go ahead, Beth.
You said that Iraq did not receive UN approval. Is that right? And no, furthermore, okay, hold on. You said that there was no proof for that Assad administered these gassings, right? Can you read me the piece of evidence that corresponded to that?
I do not have it. But there is no evidence presented that, because it doesn't exist, obviously. If there was evidence, concrete evidence that...
But in one of your quotes, you stated that that it would be far-fetched for rebels to put together such an operation to gas a large mass of people. Can you restate that piece of information for me, please?
The notion that the rebels used chemical weapons against their own people their own side is far-fetched, but the administration needs to present more evidence publicly that the attack came from the government side.
But you did say that it would be far-fetched.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead, thank you.
Excellent.